All right, everyone. If you're watching this video, you wanted more information about the Germany 2024 study abroad trip, so let's just dive right in. So this trip comes basically from the idea that you want to travel abroad, but I want you to be able to experience a country like a local does. We're not going to be sitting on tour buses. We're not going to be sitting in a classroom. Yes, this is attached to a class. We'll talk about that in a second. But the point is to experience what it's like to live in another country. You don't have to speak German to be able to go. Everybody speaks English while you're over there, but you're going to be able to live like a local, do what the locals do, eat where the locals eat, and hang out with locals. So the official stuff is that it's going to run from May 6th to May 23rd, next May. We'll have 8 days in Munich and 11 days in the city of Bremen, and we'll have lots of stops in between. The class that's attached to it, like all study abroad programs, is GEO 114, People, Places, and the Environment. You don't have to be a geography major to take this class. In fact, actually, it counts towards literally almost every degree at South as a gen ed credit. If you already took 114, you can take GEO 494 as a directed study as a replacement. So taking this class and going will actually help you progress towards graduation. So 8 days in Munich. Munich is a beautiful city. It's down in Bavaria. Bavaria is like the Texas of Germany. It's kind of like its own country. Even if you ask Bavarians, they almost feel that way, just like people from Texas. But anyway, beautiful old city. You'll be staying right near the Altstadt, the old, literally the old city. Walking around the Rathaus, and then this right here, the Victuallian Market. This is the Maypole, just outside of it. One of the best farmers markets in the world. I'll teach you how to navigate it. Get some of the best, freshest food you can possibly imagine, and also cheap. As well. It's just an amazing cultural experience. But while we're in Munich, it's not just that we're staying in a city, we're also going places. We're going to go to Schloss Herrenchiemsee, which is a castle. We'll have a picnic on the lawn for lunch, and then we'll tour the castle, and then we'll hear about the murder mystery of King Ludwig II. And if you're into true crime podcasts or something like that, then I definitely think that that's going to be your day. But it's just always great. We also go swimming in Chiemsee, which is a glacially carved out lake. Speaking of glacially carved things, we're also going to walk through the Partnachklamm in the Alps, have one of the most beautiful hikes on Earth. We're going to do that towards the end of our stay in Munich. We're basically people carved out a walkway through here, the water rushing through here, the water dripping through, the sights, the sounds, even the smell. It's an absolutely just incredible experience. And while we're doing it, also learn about geology and glaciers and climatology. It's a wonderful day. We'll also, while we're down there, stop at the Weihenstephaner Brewery, which Weihenstephan is the world's oldest continuously operating brewery, all the way back to the year 1040. So we're going on 1,000 years of them making beer there. It's one of the best breweries on earth. Also, yes, there are free samples if you would like them, and also it's 16 to drink in Germany. So just keep that in mind. We follow the rules of the country that we are going to. Then after 8 days in Munich, we'll jump up to Bremen. Bremen is actually the city I just spent 2.5 months there. I'm going back for another month shortly. It's in the north of Germany. It's very different than what Munich is. Munich and Bavaria is kind of what the Germans present to the rest of the world what Germany is, but Bremen is much different. It's much more kind of an international city. It's a city, it's a giant port, and it's a city that is a gateway to the rest of the world. And also in Bremerhaven, they have two world-class museums, Klimahaus and Auswandererhaus. Klimahaus is the world's only climate museum. If you ever wanted to go inside a glacier or experience what it's like to be in the Sahara Desert or in Antarctica and see how people live there, Klimahaus is a just fantastic museum. And the Auswandererhaus is one of the most emotionally poignant and powerful museums in the world about immigration. And even if you didn't have family immigrate over, to the U.S. From Europe or elsewhere, it's an amazing place. I was just there actually a couple of weeks ago. We'll jump over to Hamburg. Hamburg has the Elbphilharmonie. We'll hopefully see a show there. It is the world's most acoustically advanced concert hall on earth. It's just a wonderful place to see a show. It doesn't matter if you sit in the back row, up top, or front center. The sound sounds exactly the same because they spent years perfectly crafting exactly the walls and how it scatters sound. It's just, if you're a music nerd like myself, you'll be in heaven when we tour this area and hopefully see a show. But then on top of all that, while we're in Bremen, we'll have other trips as well, to like Cuxhaven and a couple of other places. We'll also go to the Lilienthal Gymnasium. Not gymnasium, but gymnasium. It's a college-bound high school You'll be meeting with a class there. They're learning English. I mean, it's an English, foreign language class for them, but you're going to meet with them. I just met with them myself actually a couple weeks ago, and they're so excited to meet you because you're going to be talking with them, interacting with them. It's their first chance to really talk to native speakers, but then we're going to have a big picnic, and then they're going to give you a tour of their city. They're just over the moon, the chance to meet with you and make friends that hopefully you'll keep friends for the rest of your life. It's just a heck of an experience. I can't wait for you to be able to do this. So to kind of wrap up, I mean, why did you go to college? You obviously went for education, hopefully to raise your ceiling so that when you go onto a job, hopefully you may make good money, live a good life, but it's also for experiences. And this is one of those experiences. I have worked over the last 2.5 months to make this trip something truly special. I took students the first, I've been in 2019, took them also in 2022. But this upcoming time is going to be something truly special, and I hope that you'll be able to go, because yet again, not only is this just a once in a lifetime experience, and it's also your chance to go to another country, but live like locals do, hang out with locals and do what locals do and interact with them and see how they live. What are the differences? What are the similarities to us? This is what you're going to have on this trip. So I genuinely hope that you'll be able to go. If you have more questions, please let me know. But yeah, I really hope that you'll be able to go, because this is going to be a truly, truly memorable trip.